Welcome to the episode of Locked In. This episode is going to be going over all the stuff that I'm going to ideally, possibly bring with me on my bike packing trip that you guys have seen me go over my bag so far. So this is the next part in the series. Now, all this stuff, minus the things that I tell you obviously, have been sourced from banggood.com, and all the links to everything that I'm going to mention and show you is going to be in the links below. So please use those links if you want to see this stuff in greater detail. I really don't want to make an hour-long video going over each product in detail, so I just want to give you guys a quick heads up on what I'm bringing with me and some things that I probably am going to have to change based on size. But let's first break into my tent. Now this is the tent that I'm bringing, and it didn't come with a small dry bag, so I'm going to be looking for something that's obviously going to shrink this down even more. Now this is not including the rain tarp, but in California, I doubt I'm going to want to bring that. Depending on when I go, the weather should be nice enough to where I shouldn't really have to worry about it, but it is definitely small, and I'll show that to you now. Now this is the tarp, obviously wrapped up in a dry bag. This is a separate one that I got that was not sourced from banggood.com, but it fits conveniently into this, so depending on the weather, I can bring this with me. And here are the poles for the tent. And just to give you guys an idea, I did get a two-person tent because depending on where I want to go, I wanted somewhere where I can actually store my bike inside the tent during the day when I'm not out riding or doing something else, so that I feel a little bit more secure about it in case there's somewhere where I can't really lock it up to something. And I know I'll probably be regretting that decision and want to go with an ultra lightweight single-person tent, so let me learn the hard way, I guess. After that, we're on to my sleeping bag. Again, being in California, I wanted to go with something that was going to be lightweight and thin. I do tend to run a little hot when I go riding, so I knew I didn't need to source anything really, really thick or big to keep me warm at night, and most bike packing videos that I've seen, they usually recommend to bring a cycling jacket to wear to use as extra warmth, so you actually have something that's functional on and off the bike. So that's what I plan to do if I need it. Then we get on to cooking. Now, I did source a few different things for my cooking stove and utensils that I have modified in a way to shrink it down, since it was a lot of components that I felt that I might not always need with me, since it's predominantly going to be probably just me and maybe somebody else on the trip. So here's what I got. Now I got some pots that all fold inside of each other, but I actually lucked out and my stove that I sourced actually fits inside of this as well. Now I didn't want to go with a butane or gas powered stove initially because I know it can be lighter and smaller, but I didn't have to worry about sourcing tanks and all that kind of stuff. I wanted to be able to kind of start my own fire. Again, might be something I got to learn the hard way about doing. Now the stove I sourced, which you can see in detail below, is a collapsible stove that can be run off of wood or off of fuel cubes. I wanted to give myself some options just in case I couldn't for some reason start a fire. But I definitely do realize that that is a big, heavy system that I probably am going to have to downsize some way, probably with the stove, but I want to at least give this a try first. Now we're on to utensils. This came in a convenient little bag to keep everything together. It also came with a set of chopsticks because it was sourced from China, but these will be great stir sticks or anything else when I'm cooking in the pot. Then we get on to my drinking cupware. I wanted something small and convenient that I could clip on the outside of my bag so I could use it easily, and it can be very conveniently stored outside of my bike bags because space is probably going to be at a very, very big premium based on how large some of this stuff is. Then we're on to battery power. Now this is something that a lot of people have very different thought processes on, so I sourced one thing from banggood.com that was a solar panel charger. It is a little bigger than it looked in the pictures, but this is a fold-out solar-powered trickle charger that is supposed to be able to power your phone. Now, obviously, it's going to be charging it slowly, so I'm going to combine that with a solar-powered battery bank that I also have had prior. I think I got it from Amazon. It looks like this. This is a 10,000 milliamp hour battery, so that's going to give me about 2 or 3 full iPhone charges, so I can charge this prior to doing the bike trip so I can have power with me, as well as it will trickle charge if I can leave it outside of a bag so it can charge on the way there, as well as when I camp I can put this and plug my solar panel charger into this if I'm away from it, so I can gain some little bit of extra juice while I'm out. Finally, Banggood sent me this little convenient lantern, and it doesn't look like much, and it can actually double as a water container if you want. But basically, it's a collapsible LED lantern that you can hang inside the tent that you can charge with either provided solar panel or you can charge prior to the trip with USB. Then you just simply let some of the air out so you can compress it down to bring with you. Lastly, I wanted something that I could store water with if I needed to or whatever, because I'm probably going to be going to a campsite initially, and the thing that I got from Banggood is way bigger than I thought it was, so double, triple check your measurements whenever you order something online. Make sure to do the conversion so you understand the size of the thing, because this is what I got, and it's huge. and it would hold a lot of water, but it's not going to work for my bikepacking trip unless somebody else wants to carry this, and we are getting a lot of water for a lot of people. This would be very convenient in that scenario, but for me, this is a lot and a little bit of overkill. Lastly is my sleeping pad. That I did not source from Banggood, but they do have a lot of cheap, inexpensive options that I might actually want to go with because this thing is not a inflated sleeping mat, which I heard is a lot better. This is a Thermarest sleeping pad that I got. It definitely doesn't fold up as small as I would like, so I might want to go with a fully air-inflated sleeping mat if this doesn't actually fit in my bags. So that is going to be something I'm going to find out in my next video. Segue me into my next video. The next video, what I'm going to be trying to do initially, and I know I'm stretching the series out a little bit more, but it's because I want to be overly cautious about not running out of space. So what I'm going to be doing is dry fitting all of this, or trying to fit all of this into the bags that I currently own. And if it doesn't fit, either look at options to get bigger bags, more bags, or smaller stuff. So thanks for watching this episode. Thanks for joining me on this journey. I know it's taken a little while, but it's a learning process for me, and I hope it is for you too. And let me know in the comments below if you guys have any inexpensive, ideally, suggestions to replace some of the items that I ordered. So that's it for this episode. Please make sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I post on there almost daily, as well as turn your notifications on if you haven't subscribed to this channel already, so you don't miss any of the content that I put out on my YouTube channel. So thanks for watching another episode of Locked In.
Let's get locked in today. Like tutorials and quick and